Hello. A quick little glorping. As I figured, why not stream? Because I'm gonna watch it anyway. It's only like a 30-minute video, and I'm still gonna be live on the main channel later. It's just, we are in an action RPG drought, with Path of Exile's current season being kind of bad. And I want to play a video game, dude. Tell me about the video game.
Dive into the new season. Welcome back, everyone, to Torchlight Infinite. I'm Andre, aka Goriel, the community manager at XT. Today,
He's
I'm
in my
super
head.
Excited to show you guys the SS5 Clockwork Ballet season preview. A new
It's
season,
so bassy.
a new season exclusive game mode, a new hero trait, new legendaries, a massive overhaul to crafting and legendaries, and so much more. So without further ado, let's get into it. First up, let's dive into the new season itself, Clockwork Ballet. This season introduces a fascinating new NPC, Alice 451, the headmistress.
This is the
of
second season in a row with a giant woman.
Alice brings her club's whimsical and mechanical
geez.
services to the Nether Realm. After entering each Nether Realm stage, players can choose one of the unique services offered by Alice. Once you make your choice, the real fun begins. Your task is to find the gears scattered across the map within a limited time. Now, don't overthink it. Simply approach the gears to activate them automatically, and defeat all the clockwork puppets guarding them to obtain gear coupons inside. As you defeat the puppets and collect coupons, your membership...
I had it quiet because his voice honestly has so much bass. It's like in my head. The louder it gets, I think my brain's gonna get melted.
Challenge rating for that match will increase. After the challenge concludes, the obtained gear coupons will be exchanged to determine your base rewards for the round. But wait, that's not all. You can earn up to 9 challenge ratings, ranging from F to Triple S, depending on your exceptional skills and a bit of luck. Remember, higher challenge ratings also mean increased combat difficulty. If you find the challenge too tough, you can end it early without losing any rewards you've already earned. Now, we encourage you to be creative and flexible with the game rules. Normal mobs on the NetherRealm map will spawn as usual, and defeating them can extend your challenge time. Now, does that ring any bells? That's right. The Clockwork challenges can be combined with other game mechanics like God of War, Compass, Confusion cards, and more, providing endless possibilities to mix and match how you tackle each map. Lastly, the Clockwork Club has special offerings for veteran members.
That's such a detailed
When selecting
animation.
the club services, lucky members might encounter a blowout sale. By choosing this service and completing the corresponding challenge, you can enter the club stash for an exciting and bountiful gear harvest. As long as the timer hasn't run out, you can claim all the gears in the stash. But of course, patrons are rewarded for your loyalty to the Clockwork Club. As you take on more challenges, you will receive additional perks, which can offer even more depth.
I've never watched an RPG like reveal where they've explained the new mechanic and understood what the fuck they're talking about. I think that I watch a lot of these for a lot of viewers that are like, oh, I don't play these. I don't know what he's talking about. Oh, Path of Exile new season. I don't know what he's I never know. It's always just like keywords. Because it just sounds like several things that already exist. I feel like I'm missing something big.
And fun to your mapping strategy. Let's highlight 3 options.
Oh, the cogwheels.
The first option is for players focused on the Clockwork Ballet challenges themselves. You can accumulate gear coupons from a specific challenge.
Unlock Clockwork Ballet member privilege, Clockwork Ballet podium. You can put a cogwheel vouchers in the Clockwork Ballet podium at the end. I don't know what any of that is. Nobody does. But that's Torchlight. I love it for it.
And put them into the club prize pool at the end of the round. Doing so will not only raise your current challenge rating by 1 level, but also grant you with higher multiplier rewards. The second option is for members who wish to combine Clockwork Ballet gameplay with other game mechanics. For season talents, you can obtain global buffs that enhance your overall gameplay experience. Again, these are global buffs. The third option is for seasoned players who have already mastered this season's mechanic.
Let me see if this one makes any sense. In Clockwork games, time gained from killing monsters additionally minus 30%. In Netherrealm stages, plus 3% chance for purple cogwheels or above to appear in Clockwork games. Gained minus. See, my brain is the perfect amount of mush to understand it, that one actually.
You can decrease each round's challenge time limit, increasing the difficulty, but also unlocking access to even higher rewards. When players are experienced and powerful enough, they can enjoy all of these perks simultaneously. And last but not least, this season's ultimate endgame boss, the Silverwing.
Guys, hold on, there's food at my door. Hold on, I'll be right back. Hold on. No food for you. I'm waking up still. I'm just watching this, doing a short stream watching this. I'm still gonna be live on the other channel later. Morning routine type beat. Also, it's fucking 2 p.m. You know what I mean?
Dancers. To face the Clockwork Club's big honcho, you must
Fucking clankers.
first reach at least time mark 8, and then
Trying to get me to
unlock
fuck
the corresponding
robots.
Clockwork Ballet talent node. After doing so, there's a chance that a portal to the boss will appear. Now, I really can't wait to see how fast this season's first clear is gonna be, and also stay tuned for some brand new.
He's talking to me.
events coming this season.
Oh shit, Soldier 76? Paid actor? He's the new community manager. He's got like 50 people to manage, dude. Put some respect on his name. He's herding the fucking sheep. Yo, minigun?
This season, Carino is making his return as the Zealot of War. When all hope of revenge is lost and the bullets in his gun turn from the judgment of justice to the venting of pain, Carino falls from being a noble ranger upholding justice to a restless Zealot of War. Zealot of War Carino can actively switch combat modes to adapt to different battle scenarios. When facing countless mobs, he adopts mobility mode to move agilely and effortlessly around the battlefield.
Activate
When
mobility
dealing with
mode.
Stronger foes, he switches to annihilation mode. pouring all the bullets in his chamber towards the target. If the Zealot of War activates his hero trait, blank shots, he can continue shooting even after running out of...
This is for anyone who doesn't understand this game. Allows blank firing. During blank firing, gain 1 stack of overheated when casting a projectile skill. Forced to reload when having more overheated stacks than heat up stacks. Loses all stacks of overheated after reloading. Overheated during mobile mode. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Ammo, providing powerful and lasting firepower coverage. However,
you have to attend the course.
Damage comes with a downside. When the machine gun overheats, it enters a lengthy cooldown. To counter this, the Zealot of War's traits offer various tactical options. You can cool the machine gun for rapid movement or utilize the overheated muzzle to enter burning red mode, making his damage output even more terrifying. Moreover, memory and relics provide even more possibilities for the Zealot of War.
But I'm confused.
With his versatile combat modes,
there's no minigun
options. Carino, the Zealot of War, is ready to take on the Clockwork Ballet's toughest challenges. Also, don't forget, you can unlock all of our heroes with a season pass. Now, of course, a new season could never be complete without its own set of unique legendaries. Now we're gonna be going over some of the most unique and special ones. First up is a pair of boots called Heels of Hands. These boots can automatically trigger empower and defensive skills under different circumstances, saving you valuable skill slots. Next, we have a pair of rings, Passing of Time and Time of Vow. These rings have stats that complement each other and require multiple ailments and crowd control effects to reach their full potential. But just one quick word of caution. Do not get greedy. When used together, they might be too much to handle, so be strategic in how you combine them. Now, of course, for details on all the other legendaries, do remember to check out the full patch notes, which are going to be posted on our official website. As we continue to bring new content every season, we're also working hard on enhancing our existing systems. Reflecting on the past few months, the fog enveloping Mistville has gradually lifted, revealing new challenges and opportunities. But don't worry, you can still find Wally, the Mistville trader, who has now settled in Ember's Rest. He'll guide you back to Mistville to take on the Whispering Mist game mode. We've also made some exciting changes to Mistville.
I like clicking squares,
adjusting their spawn and consumption rates to give you more flexibility in deciding whether to venture into Mistville or explore other gameplay options. In the upcoming season, the untradeable entry tokens known as Infection Progress will be replaced with Resident Size, and their drop rates will increase with the right Netherrealm talent strategies. Plus, Mistville residents will now appear directly on Netherrealm maps, so no more clicking portals to summon them, just dive right into the action. We've also made it easier to explore Mistville. The deduction record is crucial, so we've reduced the Mistville intel needed for each talent node. We've also lowered the prerequisites for the 3rd and 4th tiers of talents, helping you become a top-notch Mistville detective faster. And speaking of drops, we've tweaked the drop rates and effects of activation mediums. When tackling Whispering Mist, chests number 9 and 15 will always drop an activation medium, and chests 11 and 13 will also have a 50% chance to do so.
No, that wasn't Whirlwind.
This season was a special one because we've been paying super special
Though you could get Whirlwind to hit the whole screen, and Whirlwind shoots projectiles.
Available in the skill shop will no longer have negative effects. We've also adjusted activation medium values, removing the less useful T3 affixes and improving bonuses like cooldown recovery speed and skill effect duration. And for all you spell burst enthusiasts, we've got great news. We're introducing a new activation medium, Burst Activation. This will trigger the support spell skill and activate its spell burst when your charge reaches its upper limit.
I thought they already had that.
Now enjoy self-sustaining gameplay too. After introducing all of these new mechanics, we of course had to undergo some balancing adjustments. So first, let's go over hero balancing. To further differentiate your playstyle and hero trait.
This is the one I care about. This is the one character that has not been getting buffed, and I want to keep playing, and I keep getting baited.
Lightbringer Rosa will now deal damage to herself when her hero trait is activated.
That is actually insane. Processing. There was only one. There's this character's fun. There was only one good build for it because there's only one item in the game that can hit yourself, and this is the block character in the super zoomy ARPG where you never have to block anything because you could just kill everything the moment it gets on screen. So you would pretty much have to use the one singular item that could force you to block your own hits.
Any hero traits, Lightbringer Rosa will now deal damage to herself when her hero trait is activated.
So that like turns her into a real character.
With the extra minion damage buff provided by each point of dominance value increasing from 2 to 3%.
Yeah, like she has a whole bunch of things that are like gain 10% damage when you block up to 3 times. Do this when you block, do this when you block, and then you can't block anything if you're killing things quickly. And a lot of them just don't even make sense that are like, the more you block, up to 30 times, you take more damage but deal more damage. So like there's even a trade-off of you start she's super weird, and there was one really gimmicky item where you could hit yourself when you cast a spell, and it turned like a cool shield and sword like slam character into just like a weird auto caster spell character because it's the only thing that could auto hit yourself.
Some adjustments to skills, mostly focused on casting.
So I'll probably play that.
Overall mapping experience. For example, Flame Path no longer forces forward movement and will not charge forward when the channeling ends. Inexhaustible Barrage will no longer require manual target selection. It will
watch out for this barrage.
attack the enemy with the highest rarity within a certain range, and will automatically select the target with each wave. Howling Gale will now continue to lock onto enemies within a certain range and move towards them even after channeling ends. Additionally, since curse skills are quite popular in the current meta, we have added a new skill called Shackles of Malice that gains buffs by nurturing the number of curses. And finally, let's talk about gear balancing. So in terms of survival, we found that after some adjustments that we made during the Whispering Mist season, some players found it a little bit more difficult to acquire resistances in the early and mid game. As a result, we have increased the values of T2 and below resistance affixes on equipment. And elemental resistance auras will once again provide elemental resistance.
Wait, what the fuck are they talking about?
During the Whispering Mist season, some players found it a little bit more difficult to acquire resistances in the early and mid game. As a result, we have increased the values of T2 and below. The resistance auras will once again
That's fucked up.
provide elemental resistance.
Everybody was capping their resistances like already using that aura.
Going back to player feedback, this season we've made massive changes to the crafting system. Our main goal this season was to make crafting feel more rewarding and less like a frustrating gamble. First up, Divinity Slates. In past seasons, Divinity Slates were a cornerstone of any build. While they offered numerous possibilities, the randomness of branding slates often made the crafting experience less enjoyable. This season, our main goal was to make Divinity Slates feel clearer and more rewarding. To achieve this, we've made several key changes. Now, Divinity Slates will feature a certain number of Divinity slots, which determine the number of talents they can hold. Divinity slots come in magic, rare, and legendary qualities, representing the highest quality of talents that can be branded. This allows hunters to add or upgrade existing talent nodes and designated slots. The inclusion of slots will also change how Divinity Slates are valued. For example, a slate with 3 legendary slots will of course be more valuable than a slate with 2 slots.
That's pretty epic, champ.
We've also redesigned the rules for branding Divinity Slates. First, there's no longer a limit to branding attempts.
Oh.
Second, micro talent nodes and medium talent nodes can be replaced at limited times. Additionally, legendary medium talent nodes and new god talent nodes can be restored to their pre-branding state by using a unifying wedge. However, the consumption of unifying wedges will increase with each restoration attempt. To further reduce the randomness of branding, we've introduced a brand new branding material called Divinity Pack. Divinity Packs ensure that branding talents come from a designated talent panel, allowing hunters to reach their goal endgame slates as soon as possible. Finally, hunters can use branding materials at the heart of Rapacity to purchase Divinity slates with at least one legendary medium talent node. We've also added a bulk purchase feature to make it more convenient for everyone to obtain Divinity slate-based materials. If the changes to the Divinity slate system have got you excited, just wait to see what we have done to the legendary gear system. Legendary gear and crafted gear have of course always had their balances and trade-offs in ARPGs. This season we're effectively bridging the gap between both of them to create an even more balanced and engaged gameplay experience. The core fun of legendary gear lies in its unique mechanics and the fun of obtaining rare items. So we've structured the legendary gear system. Now, most legendary gear will retain only their unique legendary affixes when dropped.
What are we talking about? Who are you?
Legendary gear will retain only their unique legendary affixes when dropped. For example, the Supreme Throne, a legendary one-handed wand, will feature just its two legendary throne-related affixes. But that's not all. Many legendary items will also come with random crafted affixes. These can be added or modified through crafting, such as re-rolling with prototype crafting.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's just like it's just you get like 2 unique modifiers from it and you can just craft whatever you want on it. Which is way better than like a unique item having like 1 unique effect that you want and then like 6 dumpster stats that you're like, man, I guess I just have to use them.
Specific affixes. The number of crafted affixes a legendary item can have will depend on its legendary aptitude or star rating.
I hope with that they get rid of the nightmare dream I had never liked the dream crafting. At least I don't like the way it's implemented. I like what it does.
For instance, a 3-star Supreme Throne will have 3 random crafted affixes in addition to its legendary ones. To help players start building interesting setups earlier, we're significantly increasing the drop rates of legendary gear with 2 or fewer legendary aptitudes. These items, however, will not be tradable. Legendary affixes can create wild combinations for endgame builds, while random affixes can fill gaps in damage and survivability. By combining both, players can potentially replace all 10 pieces of their gear with legendary items. However, upgrading a crafted affix to a T0 tier may reduce the gear's star number, limiting its affix capacity. Players should weigh their options carefully. Also, to ensure players can participate in crafting without needing the perfect legendary base, we're introducing the Aptitude Inheritance feature. Players with 2 legendary pieces of the same name and legendary aptitudes can transfer random affixes from one to the other. This way, your hard-earned affixes are preserved, and you can seamlessly upgrade to higher role-based gear later. The inheritance access needed for this feature will be available through this season's gameplay. Lastly, the Legendary Vision event will launch with a new season. In this event, players can choose their desired legendary gear and increase its drop rates. After the introduction of crafting for legendary gear, the positioning for corrosion has kind of changed a little bit as well.
I'm gonna have to plan a build.
Of losing your crafting investment to one single failed corrosion attempt. Therefore, we've made significant adjustments to the corrosion.
Thinking beforehand, I usually just hop in and do it. But there's too many things you can take advantage of now to like
legendary gear can now use the
not plan on one unique you want to target.
To retain carefully matched random affixes. We hope that this season's brand new legendary gear system will satisfy players' cravings for even more diversity and freedom. And now, of course, while addressing the issues between legendary gear and crafted gear, we had to make some adjustments to the drops of rare gear. In our previous season, we significantly increased the probability of drops with multiple T1 affixes. However, these high base values often pose challenges in finding an effective reference point in the market. For this reason, this new season, we have limited the number of T1 or T0 affixes to 1 per dropped gear. Additionally, to increase the value of rare gear bases, the upcoming level 100 priceless tier gear will be guaranteed to have a T0 affix when dropped. We hope these changes will not only make drops more appealing, but also address some of the challenges with identifying gear.
Really hard to understand what all that means, but it sounds good. Because like you couldn't drop tier 0 affixes before, and it was very expensive to do that.
New systems and mechanics made some of the older systems in Dream Interpretation feel kind of redundant right now. So we've also made some changes to the interpretation system. We have removed
Yay,
the
that's what I was
legendary
talking
affix
about.
streams from the Dream Interpretation system and replaced them with a large number of high-intensity base affixes from Dreams. Additionally, we've increased the interpretation limit of gear from 3 times to 6 times. This means players can still obtain significant improvements by interpreting dreams to craft their gear, ensuring that the dream interpretation remains both exciting and rewarding. But wait, if you thought the legendary system was our last massive overhaul this season, we're just getting started.
Oh my god!
This season, we've completely removed the Nether Realms trait cards and replaced them with a brand new talent system, the Void Chart. This new talent system is designed to provide you with a richer, more stable farming experience. Let's dive deeper into it, shall we? The Void Chart features around 20 talent constellations, each with its own unique theme and independent talent tree. These themes include seasonal game modes, the 6 gods, and item drop enhancements. By completing confusion cards, challenging plane watchers, and facing travelers, you can gradually unlock talent constellations and other star talents. These talent nodes offer a variety of effects, transforming your experience in NetherRealm stages and significantly boosting your drops. Let's get into some practical examples. In the Goddess of Hunting talent constellation, there's a talent that gives bosses a chance to receive a powerful buff, making them extremely rewarding to defeat. In the God of Might talent constellation, you can unlock a talent that randomly spawns powerful dwarven automations in the God of Might gameplay, wielding huge rewards when defeated. In the God of Machines talent constellation, there's a talent that allows the God of Machines to launch an additional wave of attacks.
Big if true.
Now, let's talk about the season-exclusive.
He might be lying about all this.
In the Black Sail talent constellation, there's a talent that gives bosses a chance to drop a special
This might not be real.
sea flame,
This might be a prank.
guaranteeing a legendary hero memory drop after defeating a void pirate in the stage. In the Dark Surge talent constellation, one talent greatly increases the drop of ultimate legendary gear in the Dark Surge gameplay, while another allows a drop ultimate legendary gear to undergo Darkest Corrosion. Additionally, after defeating the End of Confusion Traveler at time mark 8, you can obtain Prime Star talent, which can be used to unlock even more powerful talent nodes in the Profound talent constellation.
Yo, that's profound.
If you want to experiment with different strategies, you can use the Winding Key to redistribute your talent allocations in the Void Chart. To make switching between different talent setups easier, we've also prepared several additional talent plan pages for hunters. Veteran players have mastered all of Torchlight's gameplay mechanics, and they know the thrills of exploiting them, or maybe even abusing them to juice the game. However, to newer players who drop several seasons into the game, this might not be immediately apparent. That is why our talent layout in the Void Chart now includes a one-click recommendation feature. It's never been easier to share your strategies and learn from others. We love seeing our community.
What you're saying, I'm glad they did something like this. How PoE has the stigma of overloading mechanics. Because this game does shit like this where you can just import from inside the game other people's things. Like everything they do has a layer of quality of life that PoE will never come close to.
buzzing with excitement, discussions, and sharing tips. Veteran players can experiment with new tactics, while newer players can follow in their footsteps. Dive into the game, share your insights, and discover new ways to conquer challenges. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, our new feature ensures that everyone can enjoy the thrill of the hunt. Next up, Deep Space. So when we originally designed Deep Space, its original intention was to ramp up the rewards for top-tier farming strategies and kinda enrich the endgame experience. However, after observing several seasons, we found that Deep Space also increased the burden of farming for players. The pricing of Deep Space beacons and popular compasses often rises with the increased rewards from Deep Space, which actually kinda discourages players from entering Deep Space. So, we've decided to abandon Deep Space altogether and instead spread the endgame difficulty and rewards via the Void Chart and compasses. With this shift, we've enriched the variety of compasses, keeping the basic ones and adding many advanced versions. For example, followers of each God of Might now have a chance to turn into a super dwarven automaton, or you'll encounter extra groups of normal monsters after defeating rare ones in stages. Additionally, we've removed—
Wait, I spaced out. Did they say they were replacing Deep Space with compasses? No!
of each God of Might now have a chance to turn into a super dwarven automaton, or you'll encounter extra groups of normal monsters after defeating
I don't get this
rare
shit.
ones in stages.
So, same thing. PoE does the same thing, and that's why I know it's bad already. PoE adds, when you open a map, you add these compasses to the map, up to 4 of them. It's the same thing as Scarabs in PoE, where you can add modifiers to your map with them. They just showed you a 400-point skill tree to modify your maps, and then they're still like, nah, let's keep these itemized compasses that you gotta throw on. Just go away. Go away. Leave me alone.
Of Might now have a chance to turn into a super dwarven automaton, or you'll encounter extra groups of normal monsters after defeating rare ones in stages. Additionally, we've removed the compass shop from the trader. Now, players can directly recycle unused or low-value compasses in their inventory. Each recycled compass will be exchanged for one uncertain voyage, and 3 uncertain voyages can be traded for a random compass.
I'm gonna voyage those compasses for real.
And adjusting compasses, the in-game experience will be much more fun and rewarding. We've also made several improvements to the transition from mid-game to end-game. First, we've significantly streamlined the early stages of the Netherrealm.
Cool.
Players now only need to complete each Plane Watcher once, in progressive order, to unlock Time Mark 7. Each plane will only feature 1 time mark. For example, Glacial Abyss will only have time mark.
That's a big deal. So usually they have a leaderboard for the first person to kill whatever boss that each season is trying to go for. And I've been a tryhard, and I've gotten like #1 clears in the last 3 seasons. This season's going to be a weird one because you can predetermine legendaries you want to drop. You progress faster. All the crafting is different. Like, all of the progression is different. I feel like if I don't think about it beforehand, I don't know how I'm going to do it.
While Blistering Lava Sea will only have time mark.
But I'm not, I was already not sure how much time I wanted to spend on it this season, because I feel like I did the last one not that long ago and it was exhausting.
More grinding for multiple time marks for each plane. Instead, you will unlock the following time mark by clearing each plane. These changes should not only streamline your journey for the Netherrealm, but also make it less repetitive. In addition to streamlining time marks, we've also optimized the core Netherrealm experience. We've also placed portals next to the elevators on the map, so you don't have to wait for the animations to finish. This means less downtime and more action. Adjustments have also been made to the elites. We've reduced their life values, lowered their overall spawn rates, and adjusted the proportion of rare monsters at different difficulty levels. Furthermore, now only certain rare elites can release Plane Watcher's affix skills. Additionally, we've reduced the appearance frequency of Netherrealm map affixes. This gives players a clear view in battle and helps you better assess the battlefield situation. The next exciting mechanic we're introducing this season is the skill stats.
I'm surprised they're still going.
This mechanic is designed to provide a smoother, more fluid transition from mid-game to the endgame. It allows you to strengthen the primary stats of skills that deal damage. Primary stats refer to strength, dexterity, intelligence, and any possible combination of these attributes. By increasing these stats, you can ensure a more stable growth of damage output from mid-game to endgame, enhancing your overall game experience. For each point spent in a primary stat, you can grant an additional 0.5% damage to the skill itself or to summon minions. If a skill has multiple primary stats,
Why?
the different stats are calculated
But why?
cumulatively before the final bonus is applied. With this change, we aim to enhance the strategic elements of skill combinations, providing a wider scope for differentiated builds across players and different heroes.
I can't wait for them to revert this next season. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. They said they wanted it to be stronger early. I feel like they keep doing stuff like this to make the game easier, but also it is the most complicated. I can't even understand like what you're adding. What? What are you talking about? You have they have skills scaling on stats, which is on the skills, and they said they hope this offers a wider variety of builds, when the reality is deck stacking is already like the #1 way to go for any ranged attack build. So they're just going to choose whatever range skills have deck stacking on it, which is going to reduce the amount of builds. So it doesn't meet their design goal, and it's fucking weird.
Ever since our first launch, we've been working really hard to meet our players' quality expectations. Of course, we had some difficulties along the way, but this season we've really doubled down on player feedback to add a ton of quality of life optimizations. This season's optimizations range from PC UI, streamlining menus, control schemes, and so much more. First, we've optimized the covet function in the cube gameplay. Now, items can be bulk coveted without the need for manual multiple clicks. We've also adjusted the acquisition method for Pages of Eterna, and they can now be traded. Additionally, we've adjusted the level for free talent node resets. It is now gifted at level 90 to be in accordance with the last hero trait. You also no longer need to use the Elixir of Oblivion for levels below 90. We've also optimized the trade house interface. When listing an item, the system will automatically find an available slot within the booth page. If you want to adjust the price of an item, you can directly modify its price in the booth. We've improved the inventory system. When you open your backpack, it will automatically focus on newly acquired items. The lock-unlock function now supports multiple items at once. We've enhanced our auto-loot function, ensuring now that no items are missed.
Yeah, okay, quality of life is cool. It sounds like a cool season because everything's so different.
Also refine the graphic settings for special effect brightness.
I'm probably gonna play Rosa.
Also made some improvements.
So the #1 boss kills are sorted by character class, so some of them are easier because certain people, like a lot of people, don't like certain characters. Last season we got the #1 on the brand new character, which is partly why it was exhausting because I knew a lot of people were going to be playing it, so I made sure to game hard for my for my unknown tiny game accolade. But I think if I played Rosa, it wouldn't be that difficult.
A series of new cosmetics such as back accessories and portal skins. This season we also have a ton of new events, new cosmetics, and so much more coming our way. Let's take a quick look at them.
This Home Depot ass music. Who is that? Wait, who is that? Is that Rosa? Who the fuck is that? I think that's Rosa. She doesn't kick anyone. Who is that? Is that the fire? The wizard? The wizard? I don't know. It could literally be either. Hi. Is that That's actually hilarious. It's a running charge. Like normally you'd just be running through enemies. Just get on your motorcycle, I guess.
New season, new gameplay mechanic, new hero trait,
New me.
new legendaries, massive crafting overhaul, the void shard, the new skill set system, quality of life updates, and so much more. Clockwork Ballet is right around the corner, coming July 4. This season has been one of our most massive efforts so far, and we can't wait for you to experience all it has to offer. Now, of course, if you want even more details, stay tuned for the final patch notes. They're gonna be going live on our official website. That's all for today, and we'll catch you all in the next one.
Yeah, okay. That's all I wanted to see. It seems neat. Also comes out a bit before last Epoch, which I'm probably not even going to play if this is coming out a few days beforehand. So that's going to be it for me. Just wanted to see that. Patch notes are out. I'll read them on my own time. My main channel, I'll probably be live. I want to be live in 30 minutes for my normal stream time. But I might be late, as I'm still thinking of what to do. I know I want to stream like TF2 for like 2 hours and then transition to something else, but I don't know what. I don't know what, dude.